You're Miss Wallet. Girl Scout.
Okay. Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thumbs up for not saying the Pledge of Allegiance.
Okay, so we can go around and we can introduce ourselves knowing that this is recorded and we put it on like a private channel with YouTube, just so that other people can see it who weren't able to make it. It seemed like it was a positive thing last time. And we showed on our Facebook, people had access to it, and then also on our PT board site, people had access to it. It's recorded, just that way.
Can you fuzz out my face so nobody knows that I was actually here?
Sure.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yes, we can do that. Okay, so the board will introduce ourselves for people who don't know. You might be
Scooch to one side or the other.
Sit here.
So you can filming the back of your head.
Oh, that happened the last
You need
time.
to be
I think you don't have a very nice back of the head.
yeah. Okay, so I'm Jory Delnett, President of PTA.
Trisha Morton, Vice President Programs.
Christy Lowry, Communications. Laura Barbara, VP Fundraising. Ways and Means.
Ways and Means. What's
Yeah.
There you go. Billy Swallow, Spirit Night Chair.
I'm Carrie McLeod, I'm the LEAP rep. I'm Heather Kircher, I'm the 5th grade graduation party chair.
I'm Erin because I think I'm
after school program.
After school program.
Yes.
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 Amy Verastek, Secretary.
Annabelle Trinidad, assistant principal. Linda Carter, principal.
All right, you got that out of the way. Okay, let's approve the agenda. So if there's a motion, is there a second? Okay, the agenda stands approved, so no deletions or changes may be made. Therefore, okay, Amy, with the minutes, for approval of the minutes. Read that at the bottom.
I have posted the minutes of the September 10th, 2015 PTA meeting for your review. Are there any corrections? The minutes stand approved as well.
And I can have that. Thank you. Okay, next on to our school staff reports and Dr. Carper.
Okay, this is a little redundant for those of you that took this board meeting. Pass these on around. This is our school improvement plan at a glance. I just took out the indicators or the objectives and put it all on one page and the tasks that we are doing under each one. It's a little easier for you to read, but you can see what we're focusing on. The first one is the principal keeps a focus on instructional improvement and student learning, and we're doing that through One to the World with our project-based learning projects, our Bring Your Own Technology, which will be coming in January, and then Loudon Creates. And then we have 3 indicators that we have to have because we did not make AMO in 3 subgroups. Although we made AMO in GAP 1, these 3 subgroups come out of GAP 1. And our scores improved, but we still have to meet that annual measurable objective every year. So because of that, we have to include these last 3, which is an identification process, a tiered differentiated intervention process, and then a monitoring process. We do a lot of this through our CLT meetings, collaborative learning teams. They're every other week. We talk about it during our leadership meetings, faculty meetings, but mostly we monitor, we change interventions, we talk about what kind of assessments we're going to do during our CLT meetings. So I just thought this would be easier for you to read. Our enrollment is, I think, still 634. We have children coming in and out. I've been talking with ABC 7 about our weather station, weather bug station, and I'm not quite sure now that I even want to ask you about maybe paying for something, because I'm not sure of all the cost, and I wanna make sure I know what I'm talking about. But I was offered a new, weather bug system. Ours is very old, I think it was installed in 2000. And for $4,700, I can get the station and all the lessons that come with weather in grades 2 and 4. And then if I do that, they will give me a $9,500 camera that goes with the weather station for free. So I'm actually getting, if I do this, $16,000 worth of equipment for $4,700. But after thinking about it, I'm afraid there's some additional cost with it, and I want to make sure before I ask you for any money. So I'm going to hold off on that. But I wanted you to know what we were thinking about, what we're talking about with our weather station. And we have bus attendant, drivers in attendance day, October 21st. And we are going to have our safety patrols at the bus loop in the morning, greeting the bus drivers and their attendants. And I'm going to get little treats, I don't know what I'm getting yet, for them. And I thought it would be nice if Mr. T was there.
Pencil, please.
Is this the 21st?
21st October. So it would be nice for Mr. T to be there and have our safety patrols, and we just welcome the bus drivers and tell them thank you for a great job. So if anybody,
Yeah, I got it. Okay, October 21st, and so
it'd be about 7.
I guess I can wear my pajamas. and everything else. Who are the attendant? Like they have assistants on some of the buses?
On some of the buses.
Okay, how many buses come through? I mean, it's just.
3 regular buses.
And 3 special ones.
All right, so we're just.
It won't be.
What? No, it won't. Like, what kind of bus is it? It's a bus.
It's National School Bus Drivers Week, and the county wants to recognize them on the 21st. And
Oh, I see.
so I wanted to do something because I put my name in the hat to Lynn Wade Fire.
Oh, there's
Wade,
something along with
he will
that.
be here with Mr. T.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
And we also
You
have
know,
a
though,
bus
he'll
driver
put
named
his
Mr.
name
T,
on your
which-
answering machine for free. every
all
time.
right.
Ooh.
We got it. We'll make it happen.
Yep, 762.
Wade's getting a copy of the video, so we're good.
Okay,
His
that's
boss,
it.
isn't it? Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Our teacher reps.
Sorry, I had 2 questions for Dr.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes. Did anybody have any questions for Dr. Carver?
I do.
Okay.
Yes.
First question, what were the 3 areas that we didn't meet AMO?
Gap 2, which are our black students, LEP, limited English proficiency, and our disadvantaged children, free and reduced lunch.
Okay. And can you do like a brief thing of the BYOT, what's going to be expected?
I don't know until I go to the meeting.
Okay.
There is a meeting in a couple of weeks. Anna's going, Joe's going. I don't even know what to expect.
We had, for the high school level, the kids came home and said, computers are gone, we have to bring our own laptops, phones, and
Who
iPads.
said that?
My daughter. They eliminated all the computers from the school with the exception of
in high
90 laptops. Yeah, so I just, any information you can give us as early as possible.
Well, I know Woodgrove High School got refreshed now, got new computers, laptops in every lab and classrooms.
They removed them from Tuscarora, so there's 90 laptops for the 3,000 kids to check out. And they're being encouraged to purchase their own laptops.
I don't think that'll
iPads,
be
and
happening
phones.
here.
No.
Yeah, I can't imagine on the elementary
No.
level. I just want to make sure, like, what are they expecting? There wasn't a lot of information given to us as parents of
Yeah.
the high
That's
school.
I know that's the new thing, bringing their own, and that's what we're going to do. We had
Yeah.
2 first graders last year ask their teacher if they could use their own iPad, and she didn't know what to say, which we don't say no if it's for instruction. So she let them, and they had RAS kids on them, and while she was doing a reading group, and they were in their seats working, they did the RAS kids on their own device, and it was, she said that they really did a nice job because it was
Yeah.
more personal, it was theirs. But now if we have kids that don't have technology, we supply that.
Okay.
No one will go without for instruction, but it's a new initiative of our new superintendent.
Right. Any
We're not gonna
details?
throw out our computer.
That'd be
When you
interesting to ask
got us,
Raina,
like,
Raina
specs
about
and
that. I mean,
what?
with that being at Tuscarora, they'd be
Yeah,
interesting to
Raina
ask
would be
Raina
nice.
about it.
Yeah.
So I know Woodgrove they were refreshing their computers. Didn't say anything about throwing them out to bring your own.
Not yet. I just- so,
Because they
and, you know,
would
so
need them
people
for
are in an
testing,
uproar over,
so,
you know,
yeah.
what specs do they need and, you know, what, because they're now
Yeah,
being
that's-
explained to update, they have to upload their papers and.
Like Ms. Trinidad said, how are they gonna administer any SOL tests?
Yeah,
Unless
or
this
any
county
AP
loves
tests.
SOL tests, the state loves SOL tests.
Honestly, I don't know.
Because they can't
haven't-
administer them on
put it
their own
out.
computer for obvious reasons.
Yeah, I
So,
don't know.
she can go home and put
I
a
was
post
gonna
out.
say, that's the problem that I see with the kids bringing their own technology is we have one iPad, but you tell him to do an educational program even if we loaded it, and I bet you find him playing on Minecraft.
The enforcement's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
The parents have to sign a letter,
Mhm.
and there's different things stating that your child will not, and will monitor, but, you know, if the teacher's here in front of the room, the child's back here, yeah, they can switch on something else, but
Yeah.
when we catch it, we'll get them on.
Well, that would be why I wouldn't send in mine.
We're,
In addition to the fact
And
that
it is a
my
parent's
kid
choice.
dropping it on the way home is not,
we looked into a couple different things, cause we thought about with Christmas coming, and it may
Yeah.
be something you wanna socialize before Christmas, so people have an opportunity to think about, do they wanna get something, you know, for Christmas like that. We're gonna take their old ones, strip them down, and just put on just the educational stuff and let them bring the old ones in.
But this
And
is,
yeah.
this is, Dr. Carper, I'd really like it if you could raise this as an issue. To me, this is a social justice issue, it's an equity issue. And, you know, yes, we could probably afford for all 4 of our children to have some kind of device. I am very much a Luddite in education. I'm a Neil Postman fan. I don't think it should be in the classroom at all, but I realize Eric Williams and I aren't gonna see eye to eye on this. But this school has a number of kids on reduced lunch or, you know, subsidized lunch, subsidized breakfast. And here we are, we're gonna expose them again to everything they don't have that their peers can afford in Loudoun County. And to me, that's a serious issue. And it's not not even in terms of access to education, but just out and out haves and haves not. It just draws that into sharp relief every
Well,
day in the class.
And I see what you're saying, but it's not that the children that do not have won't have anything. They will have a laptop computer at their desk.
But they'll know it's not theirs, and
Yeah,
everybody
they
else will
will.
know it's not
They
theirs.
will,
I'm just saying that you know,
Mhm.
this is a county with haves and have-nots, and it's unfortunate that the schools have created another way for that to come into sharp relief.
And you'd be surprised the number of kids on that list that have a lot of.
Oh, I know.
up-to-date
I'm sure that's true
technology that I
too.
don't have.
Yeah, I'm sure that's true too.
well, and I can afford it, but I'm
Do
not
it.
buying myself.
But again,
The iPad is mom's, and I let them play on it occasionally. It's not coming to school with them, and I'm not buying an extra one.
and you don't have to, it's a parent's choice. And I will have more information as soon as I get it. I hadn't planned on doing it until next year, but then my hand was kind of forced. It was optional and then it wasn't. I chose the wrong option.
I mean, I don't see it being
It's
used as much
ridiculous.
in terms of like hours upon hours every day.
No, it's going to be more for their project-based, learning their PBL projects, where the children have to do research, for their, whatever they're doing in their classroom. It's not gonna be all day long that they're gonna be on, computers, they're not now.
And they have that.
They do, yeah.
So you'll have more information maybe next month, the next month meeting.
When's the meeting? In 2 weeks, yeah.
Okay, cool, thank you.
Okay, any other questions for Dr. Harper? Okay, we have Mrs. King here, our teacher rep. What good news do you bring us? Do you have anything for us?
No.
No news.
All right, no, well, I will tell you, well, just keep with the memberships, keep talking to your fellow faculty members, and I don't think Tina's put up the ribbons yet. I haven't.
saw them, she has them.
I know, she hasn't, it was supposed to be earlier this week, so I'm gonna have to follow up with her, but when we see these ribbons, we'll
Hopefully.
in the hallway. All right.
What about the teacher grants? Are you gonna put those on the website, or how are they gonna be able to have access to apply for the teacher grants?
Well, we have passed out to, our subject this past week. We did, when I went around and to the, I don't know what the name would be for the K through 5 teachers, is that what I just, okay, so general ed teachers, each handed it was on the back, so it was the PT board information for signing up, and then on the other side was the grant information. So I did hand that to each of the teachers, and I went around and talked. In terms of like with technology, we've already taken care of that because we paid to upgrade the streaming or whatever Mr. Pichotti was doing to make it better, and the audio to be better. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm hoping that it has worked better. He said he's still waiting on some things to come in. But, so we did that. Kindergarten has already used their money. They bought new headphones for their listening system. Yeah, so that money's already used, so that's done. I don't know, Tracy's not here, so I haven't seen, I've seen some people put in for their requests and approvals. I just don't know if they've gone forth with it. I know Raina, wanted, for parent liaison, she wanted some with gift cards to give to parents, so I don't know exactly who's spent where, but I don't think, even though there are more approvals than what's been spent, yeah. Even though
The other to dispatch teachers or to art music teachers.
Okay, I dealt with this week. We have given it, yes, with the art teacher, I believe, because with Mr. Russell's, we're doing that in the spring. We do that art thing. With music, they do get it, and with, we've given it to him, he has it available, and with PE, so he has it available. There was an issue this week with one of the resource teachers was very upset because I was excluding people, me personally, from the feeling that they service the entire school. And part of what, we don't have unlimited wealth as the PTA, so we start with the general ed areas and those teachers who really do directly affect, and I know art does not affect all of the kids, but will eventually, and I know that PE does not affect all the kids, but will eventually, and as music. The reason we did the direct donation thing for the library, which I had explained to some of these people, was because they're the one special that all the children go to, except as I was reminded, preschool does not come in here, but that's not my decision as to why preschool can't come in here. So less, 20 kids or some preschool? Okay, so less that amount, over 600 children, that's why we did this we're doing this direct donation for the playaways for the school. With resource, it was, I had told them, or this particular person this past week, I'm like, go ahead and put a grant in, or go ahead and put a grant in, but everyone is not, just because if we give it to the 3rd grade, doesn't mean we have to give it to the resource, because resource does not hit all of the kids in this school. They will claim they do. I mean, there's particular that they said that because they're in the classrooms, that this particular person says that she does talk, that she's involved with all of the kids. But I said, we're not here as a fundraising body to fund the teachers what they've paid out. She told me she spent $1,200 of her own money and only has one laptop for the 4 people. And honestly, that's not the PTA's problem. It is, I've asked what she needed, what she wanted. I said, we can take this as seeing when teachers don't use their money towards the end, and we can then kind of reconvene and see what's available. Like when we bought the volunteer system, I explained to her, I said, that's really not benefiting a child, to be honest with you. I mean, it's helping maybe getting people in with volunteering and, and it can make it easier or whatever. But, I apologized to her a number of times, and she apologized to me because she walked out of the conversation we were having that, we just don't have, it's just not because we have this grant that means all 100 people, that's $10,000, and we didn't even have $10,000 to start in our budget this year.
Do we have a list of criteria in terms of priority?
I don't know if I don't think in the bylaws, I mean, I can look and see what the PTA has. I mean, I was explaining to her in terms of how the PTA is, and this is why people don't want to become a PTA, where some of the, like the past principals here was a PTO, because they want to really have control over that and have, in terms of the money, whereas the PTA's philosophy is it's for every child. And so that's why we don't have, like, we don't fund the backpack program. Because Backpack Buddies program, because that's not going to affect every child in this school, so we're not part of that.
Well, when we were talking about the direct donation to Playway, we were thinking, if we were PTA members and we had PTA and we had a bucket of money, we would want that bucket of money to be thrown towards something that would make a bigger impact, you know? So like she's saying, the 600 people that will be impacted by the Playway. So that's where I feel like we would start.
Well, it's just, and that's where some certain teachers within this resource are very upset that that they are being shafted, because they feel and I realize, being a psychology major, that I was getting the brunt of this anger because of other things that are going on, you know, that they're not by you, you know, but either by higher up or whatever, that they're not treated equally. And I was just another person that kind of told them, you're going to have to wait, or we'll have to see, or however, you know, I can't promise you anything.
But
so
each year, don't we have some grants that aren't used by the teachers?
Yes. And I did say, and that's how I prefaced it, I said it just because if we give it to say the first grade, that doesn't mean we have to give it to another group in terms of who the PTA is supporting. And so I understand where you're coming from with that. I mean, I have to look at the grant form. We had different things on there. I don't have it memorized.
It could help in the future.
Right, with it. It was very disconcerting as to how it was in terms of the PTA and how I was come after. It was a little disconcerting. I mean,
what if do the teachers have time limits to which to use their grant?
Yeah, that's all.
Okay, because I was going to say that if the time limit expires.
Yeah, no, and that's what I told her. I said, we can put a grant in and you can see, but it just didn't, again, I think it was a secondhand anger for, you know.
Was it deadline December 31st?
Or it was January, there might have been December or January. I have to look, I have the form. Yeah, I have to look on the.
It's in
I can pull the
January.
form up and I can get it to you.
It's in January?
I thought it was January 31st.
It's in January.
But, you know, I mean,
But the direct donation is a goal of PTAs, just like the playground was a goal.
Yeah.
I don't see that as,
it was a secondhand anger, and I think it was just one more fuel for the fire for this person, that, well, not everybody goes to the library. And I'm like, yeah, but again.
everybody can.
Okay, well, I was directed at me, the preschool can't go.
Yes, they can, they just choose not to.
Okay, so, I mean, and we can talk later, we can talk more about it later. But anyway, that was what that was about in terms of the resource teachers versus, and this person didn't kind of think I wasn't directing them as a teacher, but I guess general ed is the correct terminology for K-5.
And maybe you could say that.
It says, I mean, we've spelled it out on the form. I didn't say general. We can pull the form and we can look at it. Okay. But anyway, it was just, you know, we're the PTA. We're not. We're tired and angry, you know? Here we are. Okay. Any other questions? Ms. Trinidad, did you have any further? Was the teacher stuff? Did you have anything else, Mrs. Kim?
No, I haven't.
I'm sure. You're like, I'm done. She's like,
No, I had conferences. I didn't know we could make it.
Okay.
The conference finished.
No, thank you for making. Yes, thank you. Yeah, and there is a teacher appreciation event coming up at the end of October in the lunchroom.
Okay.
So, okay, we're good there. All right. Any questions for our elementary school staff? Okay, we're good. All right, moving on to events and the chair reports, which a bunch of these I'm going to be giving. Okay, so the membership for our fan club, we have 85 individual and 39 faculty. It's still disappointing, but we're getting there. So I'll talk about PT board in a minute. So, I'm sorry, 85 individual and 39 faculty. Faculty will be receiving these ribbons that we're going to be put outside. Sorry. put outside somewhere. But the individual part is still disconcerting. But now that our PT board numbers are growing, PT board like for the website, we hope to hit this up again with people becoming PTA members. I think there's such a scare. They're just so scared that we're going to come after them and make them do things that. Okay, that's not what this is. But we will have a captive audience on bingo, so I hope to have a little chit chat with some people then. Okay, after school program. Do you want to talk about, or do you want me to talk about?
Well, we are gonna meet tomorrow, to discuss the winter after-school programs, and we'll be in touch, because we're probably gonna start kind of hitting that hard and heavy after.
Before you
all the
send
info.
anything out.
Oh, yeah, I'm just trying to get it together,
Because
yeah.
on Tuesday, I think we might not be doing things with you.
Well, we'll discuss. All right.
Yeah, we'll discuss.
We'll add this to our agenda. We already have a meeting tomorrow. We'll just add it to our meeting.
That's fine, that's fine. I guess what I'm saying is just more getting the information, and I'm not sending anything out anytime soon.
But everything will go through you, and we were going to meet with the chairs if
Oh,
this
yeah,
goes
yes, I
forward.
just wanted to make sure that
No, it's fine. We'll talk again. Because this time around, we made like $1,000. We're moving on to bingo. Okay. So we're just
Oh, you
bypassing.
made money with the after-school program?
Yeah, we made money. Yeah. Well, we make $5 a kid.
Oh.
We've done that for a while.
That kind of is what I was gonna say then. Okay.
No, we did really well, because there were 200 students enrolled.
Well, this time we've done that. For the past couple of years, we've done that.
200.
Yeah.
You should have seen that Mountain Modified Sports.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Still,
A lot.
Yeah, we'll talk. Okay. Okay, bingo. So bingo, one of our co-chairs had resigned, but thankfully the board we're picking up on this because we want bingo to happen. So bingo's definitely going to happen. Tina Johnson is the chair. She works out in Winchester, so we're doing things via that way. But we're going to, decorations was the one area, and I was going to talk to Missy Frayne, because I know she wanted to help out with doing some decorations, just more or less like, they were going to kind of go with the black and orange theme of it, just because with the school, then it's right before, Halloween, but we're not doing costumes or anything like that. It's just going to be the black and orange. We know how this works. So we just need to kind of regroup on that and get with the decorations. We are going to do a new toy drive, like if people have things, kind of promoting it as people have things in their closets that are new and they're cleaning stuff out for that they just don't need it, aren't going to use anymore, or they hid from their children when they weren't supposed to have them. That we're going to have a box in the lobby to put that stuff in. The 5th grade service partners, the PTA service partners, are decorating that.
Have they started that? Have you talked to Ms. Scanlon?
They haven't started, because I gave them the box. I need to touch base with her on that.
So it's new unwrapped stuff?
Yes.
Okay.
Brand new, because we're trying it in terms of for prizes. So we're using it for prizes. We're not doing it as a toy drive for Christmas or the holidays. We are doing it as a toy drive in terms of prizes for bingo. And so that's one of the things. And then the rest of it, our concessions people are all working on their stuff. So as far as everyone knows, we're good to go. Wreath fundraiser. That's going to, did you want to talk about
we
it?
talked to Debbie. Debbie had a hiccup. We sent her this combo paperwork instead of the regular pricing. So she's just gonna, we're just going to have them, put them in the Thursday folder for next week.
Yeah.
But everything is on track, other than getting it out. And we're still shooting for delivery before the Thanksgiving holiday.
Okay. Elise, did you want to say anything?
So I went to Spirit Night. I saw a few of you there too. I think it was a great success again. I confirmed with them that they had to call in extra staff. Because we overwhelm their restaurant every year. So I'm thrilled to death that I think it was a good big success.
Yeah,
And Chick-fil-A is usually very fast about getting me the check. So hopefully we'll have that within a couple of weeks.
Great. Do you have anything else for November?
I'm off for 4 days next week, so
Okay.
it's on the list.
Okay.
I organized 2 new troops of Girl Scouts, so
Okay.
ta-da!
All right.
But yeah, Spirit Nights for next week.
Okay. All right. Just let me know.
Will
Okay.
do, promise.
Thank you. Okay, Spirit Wear. We had the first round. Wasn't as many orders as we had in the past, maybe just because of the whole not having a flyer. We do want to do we're going to do a second round. We were waiting for Holton Design. They're going to have on there where the parent or whoever orders it can pick what class the child is in. So then we're not bothering the front office with what class are people in. Because the bag, everything's bagged, it just has the last name on it. But now we're gonna be able to know what class the kids are in, so we're not having to bother the front office. So we had to wait for Holton to confirm that with us, because there was just some stuff with that over the past month. But we are gonna have, when we'll advertise that and all this kind of thing. They're only the 7 of the 5th graders had ordered that 2023 shirt. So we're gonna probably do a half flyer for them, just as a reminder, like, because we really do not want any paper orders, unless it was of an imminent nature, because it's too much for Megan to keep up with. And with going online, I mean, it's like, you know, CLBL, all these other places, you have to go online if you're gonna register your kids for sports. So, you know, this is how we're gonna do it. So, but we are gonna go forth with a second order. And Odyssey of the Mind, they have like 13 students registered. They have at least 2 teams, an older team, and I know you want the names of those kids. They have an older team, like say, yes, like 3rd through 5th, I think, and then maybe kindergarten to 2nd. So, so that's gonna go. So looking forward to that. And I'm gonna get with you, Miss Trinidad, on the them coming here to use the facility like between 5 and 7 or something, or at, you know, once a week. Yes, I will get you a form. Yes, Miss Trinidad, I will be happy to work with you on that. Okay, so Odyssey of the Mind, we're good there. We're happy that that's thus far going forward. Sunshine Math, we're gonna have a little meeting about that tomorrow. We're moving on. Storybook Reader, that started today.
Oh, did it?
Yes, started today. She doesn't have no, it's Jennifer Henson.
Oh.
There is a sign up on PT board, and I'm guessing there will, if the email, probably hasn't come out, but I saw the sign up a little while ago, that there will, because Heather Gonzalez put a sign up on there for people to do that. It's usually very popular, and I'm sure will get filled up very quickly, like it has in the past. So, Storybook Readers. So Storybook Readers it's once a month, and it's the second, is today the second? No, it's, yes, the second Thursday of the month, where in the morning from 9 to 11, and then in the afternoon from 1 to 2:30, or something like that. It's reading to the kindergarten and kindergarten, 1st grade, and 2nd grade, and those classes are split up. So you're split, like, for instance, Mrs. Foster, they went to, was read to this morning's class, and then Mrs. King's class was read to by yours truly this afternoon. So, and then you come in here, and it's through with the library, and Miss Crouch usually gives you like 3 of the newer books, and you have 15 minutes per class, and you're given a schedule, and so you have 15 minutes. The kids love it. They're very, you know, intrigued to have a new parent in there. So, but that started today, and there is a sign up. So you guys got the inside info. If you're a storybook reader person, go on and sign up, because there are only so many spots per year to do this.
Story, where is it on here?
It's under sign up.
Thank you.
Is it not coming up for you? Okay, I saw it earlier. I'll have to look, because I did see it online.
Okay.
Okay, any questions for events or that kind of thing? Just thought of something that's not on here. Okay, we're good with events? All right. Okay, my turn. We're moving on to elected officer reports. Okay, so PT board. Christy's help, and with PT board, we pushed a lot of invites out to people who, with cross-referencing who was already registered versus emails that we had from when we were just sending emails from our Gmail in the past couple years. So we're up to 206 people are registered, which I'm very happy with, because I think last I reported was 155 or something. So we're still talking to people and explaining to them what this is, that it's really your information center. And if you want to register, if you want to volunteer for something, this is where you can go. But I think people are starting to get it a little more, and it's helped that we're able to do this, pushing these emails out, and we can also re-push the emails out too. So,
did you push the emails this week?
You already signed up though, right?
I am, but my sister got an email.
Then it got pushed this week, yes.
Yeah, but she's not a.
She might have been on an old Gmail. She must have been on some list. Okay. So we can delete her. I mean, that's where some of the people, if they'll respond to us, and
so just respond.
There's 2 different ways, because I did a batch that they sent for me, and then in addition to that, Heather
Gonzalez.
Yeah, Heather Gonzalez is doing individual invitations where she's going and comparing it to her volunteer spot. So if somebody was still listed under volunteer spot, they may be getting an invitation, or if they were listed on the e-blast.
I will send the email, but I wanted to bring it to your attention because her kids don't go to the school.
What's her?
So I didn't know if like it had
email?
grabbed from my contact list.
No. What's her email?
Susan_Murphy at Freddie Mac.
You know what it would have been from? It probably would have been from that whole kind of debacle thing when we were dealing with that donation.
Oh, that hers got onto a list from
Maybe
that.
it somehow got on
Could be.
because if people were cross-referencing.
Could be.
I'll find it here and I'll get rid of her.
Okay.
But that's how it wasn't.
She's done.
Yeah.
Jory is helping her.
Like,
I
there's
just
a
make
bunch
sure
on here.
like, they can send it out to grandparents.
No, there's a no. There's a bunch on here. Like I
Work
can see, like
coworkers.
these people moved. I'll go on here and delete some of these people. That's how. I mean, there's hundreds of names on here. So we're hoping that somehow this also gets cleaned up where people may respond.
Sure.
Because if we just keep hitting them, but I'll get rid of Susan.
Okay.
Yeah, not a problem.
Do you think people are still getting confused between PT board and PTA member?
Oh, yes.
Means that if they sign up for PT
Yes.
board, that they're
Yeah.
now
PTA
PTA
member.
member?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I think
I
that-
can't. You
No,
know.
I know. I'm just
Yeah.
wondering. I think because we have quite a few who have signed up for PT board, but yet membership's low. I'm wondering if people are just. And I know we've told them,
Yeah,
but
well, I think we need to put a flyer on PT board, but there's so much stuff going on right now. I keep trying to wait for a flyer.
I don't think people are honestly ever going to get it because I'm sorry to say that, but it's just like there are people who hi. You too.
That's what she said.
That people are just not going to. They're not going to get. I mean, I realize we're immersed in this, and but I mean to understand. Some people, obviously, 83 people understand this, and then you're 85, and so that's why I'm hoping when I can get this captive audience at bingo, and I'll be nice. That to explain to them that yes, there's PT board and then there's your PTA membership. But again, I think people are very hesitant because like we had that one lady at the volunteer meeting, your volunteer meeting, who did not even want to sign up on PT board because she was so afraid that she's like, I'm never volunteering for anything, I'm never donating anything, I'm never doing anything. And I'm like, okay, that's fine.
So why was she at the volunteer meeting then?
She wanted
to volunteer
She
in the
was
school.
volunteer meeting.
Oh, she wants to volunteer at the school, but not the PTA.
Yes.
Okay.
Have you thought about
Just want
making a
everybody to
YouTube
know.
video to explain the difference and sending the link out to parents?
I mean, we can't. I mean,
We
if
post it on Facebook, but we'll post the
I mean, if they can't
we'll post
read,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying, in terms of the illiterate, but I mean, in terms of reading, like we've done this on the, because we have almost 300 people on Facebook. And so that's where some of my push was, but on YouTube, like, I don't even think people are gonna, I mean, once they see this 5-minute video we have, I'm sure they'll never watch anything again we have, but it's, I don't even know, honestly, if that's gonna work. It's
To send it out with to send that out as a mass email to everyone and be like, here's the difference, watch
well, we
this
did
video.
that. We've done that. We've done it on PT board. Like, are you signed up on PT board?
Yeah, and then I mixed it up with the difference.
Oh, okay. But, so we're trying to make this, like, and honestly, I'm not trying to be, I think that people who are, I'm coming to find out people who are tech savvy more so are getting this whole PT board thing, and then I've got that other side that I've talked to who really don't want anything to do with this, and I mean, we've gotten 20 parents who have asked for flyers to be sent home instead of having it online. Now, honestly, I don't know out of that 20 if they really understood. I'm just saying, in terms of if they could actually get on and sign up for it. So, I don't know. There's still this confusion, and I'm like...
I'll post the thing on Facebook and just say, did you know? And then I'll put PT board not equal to PTA member. And then I'll go, so I'll just do it that
we'll
way.
See. But again, I think people are like, and there are some people, and I think this may be the minority, but some people who just don't agree with the PTA in general. And they don't understand.
There's that president that the PTA has, and she gets really...
she gets really...
I don't know. My 2 cents is that it's not all that people that they don't necessarily understand. You have that group that doesn't get the difference between the two, but you also have plenty of parents who say they don't need to be a member to know what's going on or to participate in the school.
It's a waste of $7.
It's a waste of $7. They're still going to get to go in their kids' classroom. They're going to donate when they want to. They're going to buy their wreath if they feel like it.
Right.
And they don't need to. So, you know, do you wanna put the effort into trying to get those 10 extra people for $50, or do you wanna put the effort into getting people onto the PT board?
Yeah.
And
Which
promote
we've done.
that?
No, but that's a great point. I mean, in terms of what, with the, because it is people, because and that's what I was trying to explain with the $7 when I've had a captive audience. Like, this isn't about you paying so we can go to lunch. This is about you agreeing that, yes, I like what the PTA does for my kids. Like, I like, and I just think people don't see it. They see it as this, you know, group of chatty women who are very cliquey, and they're not, and they just don't understand. Yes. So it is hard to sell that. You know, there are others who don't agree with some of the things that the PTA in itself stands for. But
I think your push to get on the PT board,
yes,
is much greater of importance than to get them to be members.
Yeah, which I think where you explain the difference that they're not signing up to be a PTA member, you're gonna get more people to.
Yeah, I mean, and I guess part of it coming on.
I'm sorry, I have to take Rosin to run for school, but I don't know where my other child is. She's with your child.
Oh, okay.
You're not in the playground, so you always want her.
Yeah, I did.
She's the cute one.
Yeah, I know.
I'm reluctant to let her go.
Okay.
It might be that the other three are still.
She can come sell shoes with me in 7 minutes, but
yeah.
go ahead.
Excellent. Okay.
So,
Did you say?
I'm sorry, with the with the membership, well, I was going somewhere with this.
Well, I think I'll do a bi-weekly PTA marketing campaign of trying to, not weekly, but bi-weekly, either put it on Facebook. I'll alternate between 1 week in Facebook and 1 week in PT board and start explaining the differences and first pushing to getting a PT board account, and then in PT board start socializing what the PTA can do for you, kind of thing, and what the PTA is, and just.
Well, and I think that's where it sort of gets broke down is what is the PTA? Well, a lot of people don't realize that PTA puts on bingo, that PTA puts on winter fest, that these are all funded for the school, and but they don't realize that it comes from the PTA.
It's just, it's the connotation of what the PTA is, and that's something. I guess what I was saying was, I mean, in terms of for us, and in terms of for me, I mean, there's a push on the side of getting numbers because it's a strength in numbers thing, and then you have numbers here at the school, and then you have numbers in the state, and you have numbers nationally, and then when you show like your membership is decreasing, then there's a problem. Even though this is a strong PTA here, but then it's showing, like, you know, from the Virginia PTA standpoint that numbers are decreasing, so why aren't people joining, or why don't they want to be part of the PTA? And I think that's where the education part comes in with, like, okay, this is what we do, as opposed to your $7 is not committing you to having to work or donate an event. You know, I think that's where.
Yeah, I mean, I know that the $7 is it does not go to support bingo.
Right.
You know, that comes from direct donation campaigns, et cetera. So my $7, which I am a member, you know, but it is not funding any event here. It is to pay our, you know, Virginia dues kind of thing.
And we could break it down for them.
That's what I was thinking.
We can do the breakdown.
Question on the PT board, are teachers, Dr. Carper, being encouraged to use it to communicate with their parents?
We use Phoenix, don't you use Phoenix, Monique?
Yeah, I used to.
Communicate with parents. Our new grading system
Is done that way, not through PT board.
PT board or not, but I know they use Phoenix.
Okay. Okay. I asked because that's what they want them to use. Okay. Okay.
And there are a number of teachers who will not even sign up on PT board. Because I can tell who they are because Big Brother is watching, and because I can look and see who the invitations are of the people who have not signed up. So, I mean, she can see, you can, yeah, you're good. But there's a list, I mean, through here is the teachers who aren't, and some of them may not necessarily, but, I mean, and a number of them have told me, I'm not signing up on it. Like, they don't want to be in the know, they don't, honestly, they've said this, they don't want to have to rely on this if there are questions, and I do thank you. This will be my time to appreciate what you did. When I was when I was happened to be in the copy room when you had your faculty meeting, and you were appreciative of signing, and you told them to sign up on PT board, and you talked about who, like, I think it was Ms. Padrell was the highest. Yes, well, I was in there, I really was copying something. But you were very nice to us, and I thank you for that. And you are. Yes, yes, all right. But you were very nice with the, and I appreciated you pushing that, because there are a number of other things you probably have to talk to your faculty about, but thank you. Okay, thank you. So, but then there are those who have told me that they want nothing to do with being up on here. They're going to rely on either the parents figuring out themselves, and they are not the information giver for the PTA to the parents. So if they don't know, the teachers, then they don't necessarily have an answer for the parents, because that's not their job. So just, you know, I can't make anybody sign up. I can keep sending emails to make them to invite, but I have been told that. So. Yeah, that's why no one wants to be PTA president. So just as an FYI. But that's also that, Heather, is that's why probably the teachers aren't going to use it anyway, you know. But okay, I think it is a wealth of information.
Yeah, I keep putting the did you knows about PT board, about little on the weekly announcements at the bottom. I try to focus on some element about PT board of things, ways it works, and forms and all that stuff. But God knows if anybody actually scrolls down and gets to that part of the message.
Maybe put it at the top. Yeah, maybe put it at the top.
Okay. Is Storybook Friends supposed to be posted now?
I'm just gonna look right here. I thought I saw it, and
it's not on there.
It's not. I swear I saw it.
It's only
She
the
must
vision
have.
and hearing, screening, and design is all.
I see that. I see that right now.
I thought technologically.
No.
I just checked too.
I checked. Maybe she has it as it's hidden until she can. Well, actually, here. See, it's under signups. So, well, no. If you go on the front page, I don't know if it's active though.
I don't think
so
it is.
It's not active, but it's there. Okay.
Yeah.
Hi there. How's that PTA membership coming along? Oh, I know what she was doing. She doesn't like that she's in the movie. They all saw the movie. Oh no. Okay. Okay, so that's our thing on PT board. 5th grade service partners. I have 10. I've been given the names of 10 of them. With Laura Scanlon, it kind of became a little cumbersome for her. So I have the list. She just gave me the names, and so then I've been finding the emails because we have ways of doing that.
But I didn't know.
You didn't know anybody? Okay, well, we'll find the emails. So because then I would like to be able to email to those parents and say, this is what is available for your child. Are you okay with your child coming to help with this? Because it became too much for Laura to send a permission form and do this and do that. So we've got a spreadsheet, a Google Doc, and we are going to email out those parents. So we'll take care of that with Bingo. And they are doing their first thing of decorating, like I said, that box. So, any questions there with any of the PTA service partners? Okay, great. Member discounts. So, and this is one of the things I've given you, Christy, is that there are the member discounts for being a PTA member. You can get 25% off the copying at Staples. You get 10% off of, or is it 10% off, or 10% rewards back maybe, and maybe they double it with PTA members. I think you do have to link your PTA card with the, like going online with the Staples rewards card. There's Hertz, there's AARP, and so there's all these different things that are in there. But there is a plethora of discounts that people can get.
You've already started sending me things, and my husband won't let me.
No, I think I put it under, I started to use that PT board, like when I, you know, the Google Doc we have that we share to put as things, so just something to keep up with. Okay, so that's it for me. Anything else? Questions, comments, concerns? Anything else anybody need? Okay, great. Okay, thank you, Tricia.
Super quick. So went to send the contract and the check back for our winter program, and come to find out that only 400 students maximum will they do a day. So we had to pick up a second day. So I need to talk to Tracy, but I did speak with Dr. Harper, and she's approved a second day. We're going to do it December 14th and 15th. I'm going to be in touch with Penn now that I know our exact dates and be able to tell them. We have done this before where it's 2 days, so I'm hoping he kind of already has it on his schedule. So we'll get that. I'll get with Tracy and get her to cut another check. They have given us a cost reduction for the second day. So hopefully, but they did say the days are free, so everything should be fine, and that as soon as I can hear back from him and get the right contract, I will send that information off, and it's on schedule, December 14th.
Remind me which one we decided on?
It was the geography one, wasn't the,
Not the astronomy one.
it wasn't the astronomy one, because we've done the astronomy one, so this was
Okay.
geography.
Cool.
Excellent. Thank you.
That's it.
Anything for Tricia? No? Okay, Flora.
Quick, mine will be quick, because you already went over the meetings. And we playway, we went over the playway update, and, the flyers will go home. We just did half bar flyers, so we can save paper, but I feel like flyers for direct donation will reach a broader audience. And, the cosmetic, I feel like it's a marketing pitch. Every time I see somebody, I have to do a marketing pitch. But, you know, the whole mentality, you know, the whole thing about being tech savvy with the PC board, I feel like we're probably, you know, having that same difficulty. It's just people shop online. It's just another step they're saying, but you're saving money. And at the same time, when you buy something, you're really not doing anything extra. And a percentage of it goes back to the PTA. You get a check. You know,
This is the Amazon thing?
Yeah, Cost Network. It's not only just Amazon, but like there's thousands of vendors. And
Okay.
Best Buy, Walmart, Target. You know, and you can just go on the site, and there's a specific one to ball club.
It works.
You create a login, and whatever you shop on there, you know, percentage of what you spend is going back to the store. So they will also be at the bingo night. Like I said, there's a point of sale all the time. You know, when you talk to somebody about it, you just always have to explain. It's hard to send out a flyer because people aren't going to always click a link. You know, it's just a matter of word of mouth. And hopefully, because the timing of the bingo is right before the whole holiday shopping push, maybe people will be more receptive to it.
Well, and maybe now the more we're getting, we can talk about this in the next few weeks, is to do something else with PT board now that we've got over 200 people.
Yes.
You know.
And then the art fundraiser, I've already contacted the company, and they're gonna send me some, you know, fundraising, how to get started. We're switching from Original Works to, it's called Square One Art, and this company, Mr. Russell is familiar with it, he knows the contacts there. They work with the group that he has with the National Endowment for the Arts. So, you know, he's highly approves of the company. It's also, the concern is, you know, we had the magnets and we were getting that guilt buy. You know, you see that, you get the magnet, your kid looks at you, like, Mom, isn't this great? And we're like, oh, I spend the $6. And we're hoping that, you know, parents will continue to buy their artwork, even if it isn't the magnet. And one of the reasons why we decided to go with the other company is that we had a stack of magnets about this high that were unclaimed.
So there'll be no magnet option?
Oh, well, there will be magnets and stickers, but the one thing is the flyers that's gonna be sent home is specific to it, you know, it will have like the artwork on, you know, a picture of the artwork on it. Kids stickers, I think you get a free sheet of stickers with your kid's artwork on it. So, you know, there's stuff, it's just another option because we have been doing the original artworks, but then, like I said, that whole waste of, you know, the magnets that we get, I mean, they just
Like,
throw
again,
away
the
because
Mr.
nobody buys them, so they're just, they just have them.
From parents that don't buy?
Yes,
Okay,
from parents that don't
okay.
buy them. So I was thinking when I was buying it, if I didn't buy it, it would be sent back to Original Works, but, or recycled somehow, I'm not sure how they would use it, maybe peel it, wash it off
Yeah.
and reuse it, but I think that you just,
I gave him the stack to Mr. Russell. I'm
yeah,
sure he'll figure
so the
something out
PTA
with
keeps
magnets.
them. So we're seeing it's a new direction, so, and Mr. Russell seems to really like this. It's called Square One, it's the #1 art. And you go on the website, it's a really neat company, so I've already requested stuff, so. Hopefully we can get that off, and find a chair.
Well, we need to start pushing that now.
Yeah. But I'm waiting for the material.
Okay, that's fine.
I have a question about the playways.
Sure.
How much they cost?
It costs between $39.95 and about $90, $89.95, $90, yeah.
For each book?
For each.
And then how do the headphones work?
The reason why they don't come with headphones.
Okay.
The kids use their own
Kids use
because
their
you know
own.
for the health issues.
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
don't want to share headphones.
Yeah.
What are they?
They're little devices about this big, and they're audiobooks.
Yeah.
And the flyer will have an informational site. It's a study that was done where it helps people with learning disabilities, English learners. It helps with phonics, you know, just like enhancing literacy.
Does it read the book to them?
Mhm.
Okay, so like what
Can the kids
Rest
take
Library
ARs
has,
on
you
the
can check out books.
Yes,
on
and they
tape.
have,
Okay.
and they have it in other libraries, because I also sub, and so I sub a lot in libraries and other schools in Loudoun, and I feel like the kids really love it. You know,
It's like,
and
it's like the old books on tape, but,
Okay.
but now it's just on this little device. Which my sister-in-law, who was dyslexic, used to learn while she was reading, she was listening, and that made all the difference in the world.
Is it a book that they can follow along with or no? I mean,
Sure.
like, is it
Yeah,
actually?
they can
I
check
mean,
out
all
the
those-
actual
yeah,
books.
I was
and
gonna
they're-
say, all those
They can
things
check
exist.
out the book,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if maybe it was on.
How is that gonna work in the school, as far as checking them out? Is it gonna be an in-school only during reading time? Is it going to be check it out, take it home?
It's like
It's like checking out a book.
It's like checking out a book.
Okay.
And then other schools will do like a Playway club, so they'll have to do certain things to be, you know,
Oh, yeah.
to
It's like a book, yeah.
to be. It's a privilege, you know.
So however much money is collected, you'll
All
buy
of it
that
will go,
much,
yeah, all
that
of it
many
will
of
go
them.
to Mrs. Crouch, and she will be the one to purchase them, because I don't know which
Like
one.
a couple for each
Russ
grade
Library
level.
has some.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Like, for instance, like Stuart Weller, the librarian, lives right across the street from me, and they have a plethora of them. Stuart Weller, right? But they also have, they sell like $25,000 at their Scholastic book fairs, and so then they have been able to purchase through that means. But they're kind of all the rage. Like I remember, like Shiloh loved to listen to it like going to bed, because you're listening to the story, and then it can be very like a dynamic reader on there. It's just not your monotone the times they get into it, or
Yes,
they have a
and
different person reading the characters and stuff like that. So
Cool.
that's what they're the audio tapes. And they have something new now. You can go, it's playaway.com. You know, you can go on and kind
And
of.
also the flyer, I included a link, an address to the actual study that was done by people who, you know, that say this is actually really good, especially with English learners.
Yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, so that's our. All right, any questions for Flora? Okay, so the treasurer report. Quickly, Tracy is not here. I guess she could have come, and she still would have been able to do her report. She was at work. So there's the starting balance. The reason we have all these uncleared deposits is from the after-school program that we had here, the 6 classes that were here. So next month it's going to show, because we have to pay those teachers then out that money, so the next month it's going to show less, but that's the reason for all that. The income, that's where the after-school program comes in, the spiritware, the Identikid. We have had some people, we're still getting 1s and 2s of the badges, but we're probably up to 150 people having them now.
Oh, wait, can I interject really quick? Because there was somebody in the office who said, she was trying to sign in yesterday, and she said, oh, I signed up for this, but I don't see my badge yet. And I wasn't sure to tell her, I'm not sure, I don't know how long it takes to get.
It's probably here now. I mean, she just ordered some a couple days ago, so, and they came in, so I don't, there were a few, who was it?
I'm sorry, I can't remember
It's okay.
who it was.
Well,
I
but
just
like
know
Aaron
how to
Davison,
sign.
Aaron's, like, there is the flyer there,
Yeah.
right there, and
Yes.
Aaron's email is on it.
Okay.
So she could always email Aaron, but
That's fine.
the latest of our orders came in.
Perfect, and I just told her, I was like, well, if it's not there, it should be there shortly.
Yeah, no, that's fine. But she can always, there's always an email on that flyer. It's here. So, the expenses, the fall assembly, which we'll have to put some more for. The grants, that's where the grant money that's been used thus far, but that was really just 2 things, 5th grade and technology. PTA administrative fees that we paid for the $1,500 deposit for our Apex Fun Run, and then just what we use for the playground dedication. So, any questions regarding that? All right, so we don't need to accept or adopt it. No questions. The report is filed for the end of year audit. Excellent. Okay. We're good there. Okay, Christy.
We already said that PT board has 205 members now, and 206 last night. I know, that changed in like the last hour, I think. And so just, I'm publishing on the weekly, on the upcoming, I've got little did you know things about PT board, but like I said, I'll move that to the top. Oh, that's
Oh,
funny.
is that? It's Joyce. Oh, wait.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Stay there, Monique.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes,
Oh,
whichever
yeah.
one, because we're recording the back of your head.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's visual behind you.
How long has she been there?
Just a minute.
Just for the vice president.
I'll move into the top, but
It's all good.
yeah, if anyone wants
I
to
got the back of my head
socialize anything, you know, on PT board, let me know.
Yeah, there's places you can sell stuff on, you know, you can sell on a couch, you can do that, so.
Has anybody bought that?
No, because I'm sure it was too high, but my husband, that's what he thinks he was gonna get for it, so that's sorry. But that's what was, but that's what you can buy it for on, eBay.
So it's a Nintendo DS. So under the yard sale, there's a yard sale section on PT board. So if you have something that you were gonna donate, for instance, to charity and it's still working, or you know somebody's trash is someone else's treasure, so you can go on there and you can post it for what you think you could sell it at, and if somebody buys it, the money comes to the PTA. So for all intents and purposes, the person that's put it up there gets to claim it as a tax donation for the value, for the actual value of for the real market value, even if they only got half of its cost. Yeah, it is.
Yes.
So it's cool. I mean, it's a neat thing to do. So
For your goodwill.
well, there you go. So now on 15 meetings, I'll make one little tip of something.
Yeah, that'd be great. There you go. See? Well done. 50. I got all these games, but that's what okay, we'll talk. No, but I have like 15, 12 games. Okay, but you could sell it. Okay, any new business?
I have a question for Dr. Carper. I am representing the 5th grade girls.
Just the
girls.
girls.
Just the girls.
This is gonna be good.
Just the girls. It's actually pretty funny. They are noticing in lunch that the cafeteria workers don't wear gloves and take care of the trash cans, and then they hand them their spoons and forks, those that raise their hand, and they have become either very knowledgeable or being taught in FLE or something about germs.
I love it. I'm all for that. Way to go, 5th grade girls.
Okay, and they are ewed out by the whole prospect of their forks having touched potentially trash can and milk playing.
No, I think that's a really good, that's something really good to pull out. Absolutely.
Waiting an hour.
I know. Well, so far 2 months, right? They hope Hannah and her friends come to me and say, "Are you going to the meeting? Can you talk to them about this?" So there you go.
I think that's,
Well done.
I think
That
that's
was good.
really
That's
smart. I think that's a really good
Anything else?
Got a feature protest.
No. Okay.
She should make
She's gonna be the social cause.
Okay, so upcoming events. We have bingo in a couple weeks. Pizzas are going to do Manhattan pizza the whole day. Wreath fundraiser will be next week, beginning Veterans Day assembly. That was one of the things. I'm waiting to hear from Amy, but she's a veteran. And so I'm pretty sure it's taken care of. Veteran would be that.
Yes.
Okay. And the next meeting of ours is on November 12th at 4 o'clock. Okay.
Super quick question, sorry.
Yes.
With Manhattan Pizza, I'm sure they give us a really good discount, but one thing I did notice is that Costco sells, you know how you get gift cards, they sell those things, they sell them to Manhattan Pizza, and I don't know what the cost, usually you get them for like so I didn't know if maybe if we went and bought a bunch of those gift cards and then used the gift cards to pay for the pizza. I don't know if it would, well, I don't know if it would equal the
You want to be the next
discount.
president?
Yeah, no.
Gift cards.
But I don't know if it would equal the discount that we're getting, and I can go
Well, it doesn't
tomorrow.
matter. It honestly doesn't, because if we're paying with a gift card, it doesn't make a difference.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't, but you
Yes.
can
Yes.
get like $50
Right,
for
for 40.
40.
Yeah. Very
So-
nice.
Yeah.
Good
So, and I'm happy to go find out what it is. I just
Well, anything
noticed
less
that.
is better than what I was going and paying with my credit card. Well, then I don't get points on my credit card. Okay, we'll talk.
So we can use your credit card to buy the gift card.
All right. Anything else? So I can go sell shoes. Okay. Everybody good?
Yep.
All right. We're adjourned. Thank you.
I don't use it
Yeah. Look at all these
with
people
the
on
scanner,
here.
but I probably
Heather,
should
come
because
here.
it's annoying at the front line to have to